Good afternoon, everyone. Record food price rises in China. Central bank helpless to stop that. Industries that have the most exposure in China. Look at that, information technology. And along with food price rises, Australia vegetable prices may soar due to the bushfires. They're talking anything edible from the ground. Summer snow in Tasmania. Record cold sweeping through Korea. And the dragon swirls passing over Iceland. As we head towards an election and the U.S.-China trade war is taking a back seat to the Chinese virus outbreak, Brexit and concerns over cyber threats globally, only one investment stands out: gold. Patriot Gold Group has no fee-for-life IRAs where your IRA or 401k can be in physical gold or silver. At Patriot, you work directly with an owner and avoid paying absurd broker fees. Call today or request a free investment kit. PatriotGoldGroup.com. The link's in the description box below. More on the economic front here out of China. Food is soaring in costs. A, everything's been sold out of the supermarkets. B, it's very difficult to get. There's price gouging. And the supply chains within that country are also halted or very, very limited. So when you hear news about the ports opened up today, yeah, sure they did. You're telling me with everybody that's stuck in their homes that the dock workers are there, the container operators are there, the truck drivers are there, the customs agents are on site? I don't think so. Good for the markets, though. Now, which stock sector has the highest revenue exposure into China? Obviously, airlines. So United Airlines has the most exposure, followed by American Airlines and Delta. But then as we look across the landscape, Yum as well is going to be hit quite hard with this. But then looking at hotels and any kind of leisure travel, and luxury goods sales. So if you're into any of these industries, gaming, airlines, hospitality, the list is here for you. You're going to have to take corrective measures for moving out into the future. And also stock exposure. So what kind of industries would be heavily influenced in China during these moments here? Red box at the top there, information technology. And you can see as you move down the list here with minerals, energy, industrials, consumer staples, that it seems the top 3 or 4 items there are going to be hit, especially around Asia. This is not just specifically a single country event. You can see it sweeping through the continent. So again, if you're a purchasing manager or you're looking out sales, something like this, you're going to have to take a completely different tack on how you're going to move through the future. Because even though with all this giant, massive record injection of liquidity, that's on the right there at the very top where it says record, that's spilling over into the food prices as well. So they're quickly learning that you can't print food. I don't care how much money you have, you cannot print food. And they are learning that today. You either grow it, you have it, or you don't. Distant early warning for all of you out there. You need to get food supplies. And think about how this thing's going to move and morph as it moves over to North America. Now, down in Australia, vegetable price is already up 50% because of the bushfires. And then there's a nice list here, which vegetables will be the worst affected. Well, all of them. But they put some top lists here: cauliflower, broccoli, green leafy vegetables, including rocket lettuce and spinaches, any types of root vegetables such as potatoes and pumpkins. But again, that list is not all inclusive. And you have to think about, with your state of income, could you afford a doubling or a tripling of food prices, as was predicted in the Grand Solar Minimum? Now it's from a couple different causes and effects. Grand Solar Minimum hidden under the rug now with all these other excuses out there. So convenient timing. But staying in Australia, rare summer snow. Who would have thought of that with the Grand Solar Minimum intensifying, that you get summer snow? Oh, anybody that's following the Grand Solar Minimum. But the Bureau of Meteorology is saying, well, it just shows you how volatile Tasmania's weather can be. See, it was 40 degrees Celsius the day before, which is near 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and then the very next day it snowed. And we were at a loss for words. Yeah, that's kind of an understatement. Summer snow in the warmest year ever and the hottest continent ever on the warmest planet ever, and we still got summer snow. Beautiful pictures. Look at these stunning images here. I couldn't believe I was really enthralled by the beauty of this. Unpredicted, caught everybody off guard. Rare summer snow. Australia. And then speaking of that, let's jump up to Korea, staying here in Asia, South Korea. Multiple cities shattering their all-time coldest temperature records ever for any day, any month, any year. 5 new areas set in these last couple of days here. Pretty interesting how it seems that the northern latitudes, we saw the Russian stories, which I was on yesterday, about the record cold up there and the cloudiest days ever registered. They only had, 11 hours of sunshine during this month, down from 13 a couple of years ago. Now we have record cold in Korea. But another snippet in fact here, even though it was record cold this last week, back in January, it was record heat. And this is exactly what's going to happen with our crops. These shifting jet streams based on this grand solar minimum weakening magnetosphere, it's all starting to fit into place. And we're seeing it. And now even more excuses need to come out to try to explain this away. Because it's not CO2, it's not you. It is for sure 100% the sun. So they even talk about the daily average at 7.7 degrees Celsius, well above the normals, and even some of the highest on record. And then we have more atmospheric anomalies. Look at this. Deep cyclone over Greenland, now sweeping over Iceland. Now what is that? The 5th intense 100-mile-per-hour blizzard that's hit Iceland this winter season alone. And as we zoom into the center of the storm, that is very reminiscent of a dragon. You can almost see the horns coming off of that thing. Nature at its very best. Signs in the heavens. And whatever you believe the causation is, you're going to need to store more food. Adapt 2030 February merch. This design here, it's all about getting yourself prepped up. Can't predict the exact future, but you know some strangeness is going to be sweeping through our continents here over the next month. Better to be prepared than not, because these real-world events are now part of your real-world life. And again, I'd like to thank my sponsor, My Patriots Supply, long-term food storage, 2-week grab-and-go food crate, or the 4-week food supply. They're one of the only suppliers out there still with stock. There's a huge institutional buyer swooping through, paying cash, going in with their own loading crews and just cleaning out warehouses. My Patriot Supply still has some stock. The link's in the description box below. And where our supply chains are going to get cut and the things that are going to stop coming to our countries over here, specifically medicines and repair parts for machines, motors, meaning our delivery systems running semi-tractor trailers across our highways. That's what's getting cut off. Thank you for watching the video.